Well, hello folks and welcome to the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy Toronto GP from the streets of Toronto. It is wonderful to be here on the streets of Toronto, our only race north of the border. It's always an exciting one, and Colton Herta brings them now through 10 when he rounds 11. He will be on Prince's Boulevard. He will see Prince's Gate. He will put his foot flat to the floor. And in Toronto, when the green flag flies, we will be racing. And we are racing. And Colton Herta immediately with the advantage. Kirkwood trying to make some moves around the outside of Will Power, bunching up down there through turn one. Everyone through safely. Oh, they little nudge on the wall from Felix Rosenquist, but pretty much everybody through there unscathed, and that's key on lap one on the run down now to turn three. And look at Marcus Armstrong coming from the pole sitter, coming for Colton Herta, but can't quite have a look. And Kirkwood is already up and fighting against Alex Palou. Does he get it? He does. That's up to third place for Kyle Kirkwood.
Palou's got a championship to defend as Rahaal's having to defend against Will Power there, where Kyle Kirkwood can just go for broke here, and that's what he's trying to do. Townsend, he looked maybe like he was out of line at the start of that race. The attenuator and the rear wing end fences have red lights that normally, and we see a full course caution. There it is.
And McLaughlin is into the wall, and his rear left has gone. I wonder if that was secured or if he's just hit the wall. Right? I'm sure we'll tell from the replay, but to see that wheel just bouncing down the track like that, normally it would stay attached thanks to the cords at the rear of the car. But
really, it's the wheel lock nut, and I'll bet this wheel was never on. And there you see the wheel nut coming off the left rear.
And that's it. So trying to get that stop done quick. And Penske's miserable season continues for Scott McLaughlin.
Colton Herta just pit. They've gone for a new set of that hard tyre. That was a really clean stop. I'm just also waiting for Kyle Kirkwood. He's also back down pit lane. Really smooth stops by the Andretti duo.
What it meant is that Pato O'Ward, who pitted on the third lap, now leads those who have pitted. He's down in 14th place ahead of Ericsson and Siegel. Then Herta, the pole sitter, from 17th back. Kevin from David Malukas. That caution came out, of course, for Scott McLaughlin, who's standing by on pit lane.
He's been released from IndyCar Medical Unit. We are here with him. We're going to show you a replay of the incident so you can describe and see what happened in real time, Scott.
Yeah, I'm firstly bummed for everyone, the Gallagher Chevy, and Gallagher 2 races in a row out pretty early, so sorry to them. But yeah, I felt like something sort of broke or something on the left rear, or we just done it to pit stop. I love my guys, so I'm not going to drop them in the. Oh yeah, the nut came off. But anyway, it's frustrating. We're all in this together. It's hard. It's hard right now.
Thank you.
You feel for the Penske team this year, you know, if they didn't have bad luck, they probably have no luck at all, particularly Scott McLaughlin. And now Scott Dixon lining up his teammate Kiffin Simpson, who is on that soft tyre, which we expected to start degrading around lap 7 or 8, and flies past 1. Will he fly past 2? Going for the move on David Malukas as well.
Lucas closed the door. So smart for Scott Dixon to back out of that, not force it early. That's exactly what we talked about.
At the same time, VK dropping like a stone. Newgarden on one side, on the inside is Lundgaard. They both go through. Lundgaard will have track position as Newgarden tries to hustle him around the outside. They make contact. That will slow Newgarden down, but VK can't take advantage on tyres which are now long past their prime. And here comes Schwartzman up the inside at 5, and that's another position for the rookie. Yeah, no joke. A little bump, a little hip check. Stingray Rob has a look as Rahal goes around the outside of Rob. This is wonderful.
Oh, so narrow through there, the canyon that's turned 3, 4, and 5. Rahal just makes it through.
Boom!
There goes Christian Rasmussen.
His luck has finally run out. Spins it around on a flat rear right. We'll try to get that back to the pit. Shades of Gilles Villeneuve style driving. In Canada, where else? With a flat tyre flapping around at the rear. Power behind him, Kiffin Simpson. While we were still racing, a bit of contact between the 12 and the 60 of Felix Rosenquist. That right side of the front wing definitely damaged in that. But we had a fascinating scenario earlier where Kiffin Simpson was losing time hand over fist, about 7 seconds the drop off in just a couple of laps.
Here's the incident that put us under caution. This is Power on the inside of Rasmussen.
This is exactly what Will Power did last year to his teammate Scott McLaughlin. It didn't work. How much the tire's going to hold on?
The only read they will. Oh, we've got a flat.
Rossi.
Rossi.
I think that's more than a flat. I think that's contact.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone into the wall, given the bodywork damage flailing around.
Exit at turn 11, likely.
More help for Alex Palou here.
Yeah. In the sense that, yeah, it'll just make that middle stint shorter so that he can throw those softs on, not have to do a 20-lap stint on them. Still going to have to do those stops, but let's take a look back at what happened to the number 20.
The car has looked difficult to drive all weekend. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? He was up to just lightly brushing the wall, but it looked like a part of the wall was maybe jutting out.
Exactly. And
yeah,
that's the
right
problem.
there.
When you have concrete to concrete, in this case, it's like a little bit of a deli slicer. That front leading edge is sticking out and just ripped the right rear off. James, that should have been a little bit of a brush, and I wonder if somebody touched the wall earlier and created a seam there that wasn't there the rest of the weekend.
We're back to green and immediately back to full course caution here at Toronto as Jacob Abel, who was being passed by David Malukas.
I don't know what to do there.
And Louis Foster went straight on into the barrier and up and over the rear of Joseph Newgarden. So here's a replay of the start. Alex Palou, Scott Dixon, Renus VK, Kiffin Simpson, Connor Daly, Will Power did not stop. Dale trying to stretch this one out. There goes Malukas. Through will come Foster on Jacob Abel. And Abel just gets it in. Newgarden tags the back of him. Di Francesco spins.
Yeah, honestly, it looked like Abel sort of just misjudged that one and tried to turn in a little too early with Foster on the inside, and then Newgarden just nowhere to go once again. And then you see with Armstrong getting checked up, Siegel made some contact, so some of the cars that didn't have to stop there may still have damage.
Oh, Kyle Kirkwood, lucky, just got by, hit some debris with the left front.
The one in which he was, I have to say, entirely innocent. Here's the replay again. Abel, I think, just gets a little tag. And he's up and into the wall, and Newgarden nowhere to go. And with a Dale Coyne car on top of his day is done.
Rough weekend for Dev Di Francesco, hometown kid as well, spun around in that incident. So here it is from the head-on. Armstrong slams on the brakes to avoid the incident, gets rear-ended by Siegel. You saw him come into the pits. Siegel, that is, to assess for any damage.
Now, all of this, guys, is playing very happily for Alex Palou and Scott Dixon into their hands. They have still not been into the pits.
And in this case, it was a thin slice of a lot of suspension as Palou and Dixon come in.
Now they pull the pin, and Kevin's standing by.
So I think they got to the point where they think they're going to be able to get home on one more stop anyway, so might as well take advantage of the caution. Dixon is up around the bend. Palou is in pit out. This is the soft set for Alex Palou, and he will beat out Dixon, who is also on softs.
Let's see where they file out with the rest of the field. I think that's Stingray Rob, and that'll be the car of Callum Eilert. So this will be down in 18th, 19th place for them.
And if the caution keeps running, what it does is it shortens the stint that they've got to survive on the soft tires. So
Ward needs to push in these early laps to try to take the advantage as VK squirrels around and gets us going back to green, followed by Simpson, followed by Connor Daly, and followed by Will Power and Lurkin. Pato O'Ward putting his gas down and trying to get up on the inside, puts the move on Power straight away at one, and Pato O'Ward is through.
And that's going to give Power a bad exit out of one, might leave him susceptible to Schwartzman. Remember, no push to pass available on the first lap of a start or restart.
Power's going with Pato, though. Power trying to take the position back as Daly has a look up the inside of Kiffin Simpson, going too wide, and we sit now with the 12, and that is Pato O'Ward, and now Power's in the wall. You cannot really go too wide there unless you're both willing to play ball. And Pato was not willing to give an inch. Elbows out. Power gets it going again under his own steam, so we avoid a full course caution. But that was pretty strong.
More problems for Team Penske. Unreal how this event is playing out for them. But back up front, O'Ward now on the charge. You see his teammate Lundgaard there. Big defense as Armstrong dives into the pits.
Look at the three Andretti's driving with purpose. It's Ericsson, Herter, and Kirkwood. who has managed to get himself through and past, and now Pato takes the look up the inside of Daly. Pato O'Ward is not playing around today. Elbows out, moves on show. Pato is pouncing at every opportunity. This is a magnificent drive from the McLaren man who knows he needs track position, knows he needs to use these laps to get past those saving fuel.
Something happened to Foster. His left rear is damaged. Foster got into the wall. Dixon was able to get by. Pato O'Ward head down again. 2 cars separate him between where he is and the lead.
Back in turn 1, back in his favorite spot, and another position gain. This is majestic. Absolutely glorious to see.
We spoke to Pato at the start of this weekend. He said, this is not a track that's good for our team, and this is my worst track statistically. If they were able to pull off a remarkable result here, that would be such a welcome result.
Back in Toronto, Alex Palou is hoping to make this the final stop. He takes Shell 100% renewable fuel, goes to the hard Firestones, but this is about a lap or 2 early to make it safe. They did reach their goal, though. They said we need 12 laps on the softs, and that's how many they did. A caution puts him back in play in this race.
Guys, how about Rinus VeeKay? He's made it. He's in the window to make his final pit stop for Dale Coyne Racing. Rinus VeeKay and Kyffin Simpson on for fantastic finishes. It would be VeeKay's best ever street circuit result if he could win this thing. But all of a sudden, they've made the fuel work, and this 18 car is sitting pretty with a shot. I'm surprised they're risking it, James. Got 33 laps to go to be 32 at the line. Surely Rinus is going to come in now.
Somebody on the way out, please.
And he does.
Award looking to do the overcut. Award stays out. Jack, he's coming to you.
He is coming to me, and he's just literally stopped on his marks. Going to put some of that Shell fuel in. Hard tyres going on. Dale himself is a strategist on this car, and he is known for being a bit of a magician. When races kind of tend to go this way, he might have absolutely just struck gold.
Looked like a perfectly clean pit stop from Dale Coyne Racing. Well done. Now the outlap. Cold, hard tires. Watch out for lockups.
We saw the overcut work for Dixon on Palou. That was going a lap longer. I wonder if Award's just going to do one more lap, try to do the same thing, or does he push it, T-Bell? Does he go 2, 3, 4 more laps?
It's so risky, though.
And they rolled that dice in Iowa. It didn't work out for them. You got to think the 5 crew is considering pitting this time by.
But where Pato O'Ward won Iowa was beating Joseph Newgarden on his in-lap. Pato O'Ward so fast with his hands. He can manage these bumps at Toronto so well. I got to think Pato's going to come down.
I wonder.
I think he's in the pit.
He is in the pits. Pato O'Ward is on pit lane. Georgia.
The team asked if Pato liked the changes they made the last pit stop. He said yes, he does. The car feels good. They put those hard tires on, fill it up with Shell fuel. He had to get around Rahal coming in, but he has a clean out.
Clean out for him, but where does it bring him out in relation to Rinus VeeKay? Look to your left, look to your right. Pato O'Ward on pit exit. Where is Rinus VeeKay? Simpson's pitted as well.
Wow.
VeeKay to the left, and it's huge from O'Ward. Easily takes the lead over Rinus VeeKay. Not the lead of the actual race, but the lead potentially once these stops all play out. It's Ericsson who leads from Herta, but O'Ward is third, and just those 2 Andretti's ahead of him on track. As they back in charge of this race, really for the first time.
For the first time in his career, he's only led 3 laps here in Toronto coming into this race. Average finish of about 12th in his time here on the streets at TO. This is going to be a remarkable turnaround for this team and this driver if they can just pull off this last 30 laps.
If is the big word there, Hitch. It's 2 letters, and yet it's massive because Rinus VeeKay has the advantage on push to pass and has shown himself to be the consummate racer.
Now 20 laps to go, and the number 5 is alive and well in Toronto.
It really is. At the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy Toronto, coming to you live on Fox with Will Buxton, Townsend Bell, James Hinchcliffe, Georgia Henbury, Kevin Lee, and Jack Harvey down on pit lane, and O'Ward is stretching his legs. It's now 2.5 seconds his advantage over Rinus VeeKay.
Guys, just looking a little bit further back in the field there, you know we've got David Malukas, who we're pretty sure is going to have to pit again. You know he's just fine on fuel as the driver in 4th place. Kyffin Simpson could be on track for his first ever IndyCar podium. He's been having such a great season. We've seen an increase in speed, an improvement in racecraft. He's going to go up there. The question is, does he have the pace to keep Colton Herta behind him for another 20 laps? That's going to be the challenge.
2.5 seconds.
We're back in Toronto. At the back of the screen, you can see him there. The 60 of Rosenquist behind him. The 4 of David Malukas. Yeah, that's right. The driver who was third has now fallen down the field because he came in for his final pit stop. Here he is, the full crew going to work down there on pit lane. Oh no! And that's the rear right wasn't fully attached.
The outside rear tire changer had a difficult time placing the wheel and tire initially, and somehow Malukas given the signal to go, and then this happened to Felix Rosenquist.
Big lockup going down there into turn 3. Seemingly has lost a part of his front wing, which has been falling apart for a while. When he makes it back onto the track, squeezes Alex Palou through 4, who then makes it through at 5, and then the 2 make contact again, Will Power and Felix Rosenquist, and it was those 2 who made contact that did the damage around the outside. And has it done. Under braking already. Armstrong looking at Lundgaard. That's very late on the brakes. They're going to touch, and they do.
I mean, the last 3 laps from Lundgaard have been just insane. He's getting pushed out of the way. He's fighting back. People hit him. He hits back. 7 laps to go, and he's looking for a nice little breath.
Hardest I've ever seen someone drive for 14th. I mean, he is going to be so disappointed with that result if this is how it ends for him.
Hey, the team.
This is where Kiffin's really got to prove his worth. He's got Colton Herta multiple races.
Yellow.
Oh, and we
Siegel
have...
and Rosenquist.
And that is down at turn 10.
Guys, 3 to go. That might be all she wrote.
I don't think you're wrong.
2 to go now. He's crossed the line.
And what a sigh of relief for Kiffin Simpson. He had just made a little bit of a bobble there in the S's in the final few corners, and as the caution is out, it'll be 1 to go at the line.
Oh, and Rosie, it's just that front wing has been hanging on by a thread all race. I can't believe that Rosenquist actually managed to take it as far as he did.
I think it was a mistake on the power. Let's listen.
Looks like he missed the front end.
Yeah, lost the rear. Started going wide, got on the brakes. Really nothing for Siegel to do. He was just trying to hunt him down, set up a pass into turn 1.
I think it's huge. I think it's a confidence builder. The team has talked about Kiffin Simpson's work ethic, and he is delivering on the promise that he showed all season.
Well, we came into this weekend, and Pato O'Ward said that this was one of his worst tracks. His previous races couldn't have gone much worse. This morning, team boss Zach Brown said, "I believe in miracles." Pato said they turned the car upside down. And the intention now is to turn the championship upside down for the 2nd time in 2 weeks. Pato O'Ward will win an IndyCar race, and he will do so having got his elbows out and given us the old Pato. Victory for Pato O'Ward on the streets of Toronto.
Great job in the pit. That's how you recover. How about you? Awesome job, spotter. Thank you, crew.
Tony, go on.
Yeah! See you on in Toronto.